Everyone, my name is Zainab Hussan, and I know we've all heard a lot about Libya, a lot about Egypt, a lot about different Middle East countries. But the reason why that I've chosen this topic and my classmate has chosen this and the professor has chosen this, it's because it's really hard for someone to go ahead. Anyone can get on the internet and go search anything, but for you to have a connection with what I'm about to tell you, it really comes from the heart. And our own Mr. Hasan is a Libyan, so he can virtually tell you how truly it is painful for him to see what he is seeing as in slides, but him going through it real life, him and his family. So I know y'all got a history with the earlier presentation, but I'm going to try and add more things through my knowledge about what y'all don't know. I want to start by saying many governments have different ways to run a country, but killing the innocent shouldn't be the way. Not in this case for the city of Libya. The leader known as Muammar Gaddafi thinks otherwise. He has always found a very violent way of dealing with solving issues to get his way. The history, I'm not going to read it as you all know who he is and whatnot because of the earlier presentation. But I am going to let you know he is known as a mad dog of the Middle East. He has been the leader for 40 plus years, and he is only involved in corruption and killing. Geography, Libya is officially the greatest socialist people's Libyan Arab is a country located in North Africa, bordering the Mediterranean Sea to the north. Libya lies between Egypt to the east, Sudan to the southwest, Chad and Nigeria to the south, and Algeria and Tunisia to the west. The reason why I put this up here is everyone knows about what's going on in Egypt, right? So everyone's protesting to get freedom. And the reason why I put this up here is because Libya is the country right in between Egypt and Tunisia. So now the new thing that is, I guess you want to call it a trend maybe for Middle East, is everyone's uprising. Egypt started, and there's a lot of different countries that are following back as what they did to try and get the freedom that they deserve. This is also something that wasn't mentioned maybe, but when I talk about corruption, this is corruption for me. Not Beyonce, I'm a totally big fan, but I just wanted to say that little wonder then Beyonce Knowles is facing criticism for handling a private concert for a man whose name has recently featured in allegations of spousal abuse, which is Gaddafi, of course. She was actually paid $2 million for one night for performing at one of his clubs that he owns, and but now, I mean, this was like a couple of years ago, but he spent $2 million on one singer one night. Sometimes people in this world are going weeks without food, days, without showering, There's no clothes on people's back, yet this man kills and uses violent ways to get through his idea of running a country. Next. This is one of the signs that a mother's tragedy and cries could not be silenced by the whole world's money. The reason why I put this up there because Gaddafi had paid a mom. Well, the son was killed, and then they had gone through a lot of allegations and whatnot, and they found out what ended up happening, and he killed the son. So for her to keep her mouth shut, he had paid her to keep the mouth shut and not tell anyone. But all you moms and dads out here, you know how real it is losing someone or a loved one, and there's no money that can ever make up for the lost love. The disaster and tragedies that he has been involved in is, first of all, he runs his country with the Green Book. It is published, but it's absolutely, there's nothing in that Green Book that justifies truth or innocence for anyone. He's been involved with tainted blood, just like he had mentioned about the HIV, injected HIV AIDS into 150 kids just for the hell of it. To be honest, excuse my language, but really just for the hell of it, to see what will happen. Just like the Pan Flight 103 was bombed, the AIDS blood, the terrorism, bombing of French plane killed 170 people. All these numbers of amount and people that he's killed really makes no difference to him. And this is, I mean, these are signs that have been put up outside. This is a reporter, and I do have a quote from one of them that, like, the uprising has started already. Monday, Tuesday was when it began. Tomorrow, which is the 17th, is going to be, I guess, the decision maker of what is actually going to happen to Libya. Like I said in the beginning, y'all can go and research this, and it'll make no difference to anyone. It might not make a difference to me, it might not make a difference to you, but it makes a difference to the Libyans and to the Egyptians who are out there that cry for their freedom, that want some kind of breath to take without knowing that they don't know if they're going to get killed or not. The question arises, will justice be served to Libya? The past 40 years has been an evil ride for all Libyans, not one specifically, but for all of them. Will Libyans be able to live freely? There was a quote opposed by an activist in London that said, protests began on Tuesday. Libyans chant, no God but Allah, Gaddafi is the enemy of Allah, and down to corruption, which basically in much less terms means he doesn't believe in God because he thinks he is God. And though most of Libyans are Muslims, Allah is one God for everyone, for us at least, for all Muslims, but he thinks he's the God that can handle everything, that can change everything, that can do anything that he wants. Like I was saying, this is the details about the green book that he goes by, that he has written and whatever. But like this says, Libyans do not have the right to change the government, freedom of speech, press, assembly, association, and religion. And like I said, tomorrow will let us know if Libya will be free from this evil mad dog that runs the country. And okay, it's not just Libyans, it's not just Egypt that's fighting for the human rights. This was actually quoted by a Libyan himself. It's the whole world. It's time to put a stop to tyranny and government all over the world. This is not about religion, it's not about politics, it's all about human rights of all mankind. And don't kid yourself, governments all over the world are shaking in their boots. Alone we are, but one small voice. Together we will be heard around the world. One God, one world, one race, the human race, standing together to make a better world for all mankind. And like I said, tomorrow is when we're going to find out. I just want everyone to also take a minute and know we live in a country which gives us the right to be free and voice our opinions out loud. We should be thankful for living lives in freedom. There are many countries around the world that don't have that as a choice. And regardless if you're a citizen, it makes no difference for some countries. But only learn the hard way of living life under the rules and dictators such as Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein and different dictators who thought they were God. And like I said, once again, it makes no difference to some people, but I'm from Dubai. I'm a Middle Eastern, so at this point there's nothing going on there because I hope that there's freedom there for them. But for different little countries, it makes a huge difference when one man is trying to be God and trying to take care of everything his own way. This was a really funny picture that I had gotten. Obama is trying to do everything he can in his power to bring peace to everyone, all around the world, not just America, but all around the world. And for Hillary, it's a whole different thing because she's more thinking about what Gaddafi is going to do and how Libyans are going to end up being because of the uprising. We kind of got a conclusion about where Egypt is because Mubarak had dropped down and gave the country away in much simple terms. But we still don't know. Who knows, you know? Government can be paid off there. It's not a big deal if someone's paid off to come up with a new rule. And you know, people, I don't know if y'all have YouTube what's going on in Egypt, but it was a really beautiful place to visit. And to have a good vacation, but now it's just unbelievable. Like